everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name's Lizzie and today I have a fabric haul video for you. This is a bit unusual. I don't normally do two fabric hauls in quite such quick succession because I haven't actually done a sew and tell video yet since my last sort of haul and sewing plans video, but it's the Black Friday weekend as I'm filming this and I did a bit of shopping. And I want to show you because I had such a lovely day. I had a weekend by myself because my husband was in Germany visiting his family, and I decided to take myself off to New Craft House in person because they now open on Saturdays and it was the Black Friday weekend. I've been trying to decide what I want to make for New Year's Eve. I want to make a new dress to wear on New Year's Eve because we've got plans with friends. Yeah, I thought what a great excuse to just go to New Craft House and choose a lovely fabric to make a dress for New Year's Eve. I'd been browsing on their website for a while because they have gorgeous fabrics on the website, but it's really quite hard to tell, isn't it, online sometimes, just how special a fabric may be or may not be. So I wanted to go in person and I had a lovely time in there. The two ladies who were working in there were so lovely. There were quite a few other customers in there as well, and there's just a lovely atmosphere, really friendly and welcoming. And the fabrics, they've got so many gorgeous fabrics. Honestly, I could have spent a small fortune, but I thought, no, I'm going to plan to make one gorgeous special occasion dress at a time. And this is the fabric that I chose. Oh, look at that colour. It is just stunning. So that's what it looks like. It's all sort of still folded up, but let me unfold it a bit more because it is actually quite sheer. There you go, let me hold up this corner. Look at this. I mean, is that not just the most beautiful kind of petrol-y peacock blue you've ever seen? Oh, I love it. So let me tell you what it is. So it is called Midnight Garden Clock fabric. It's silk and acrylic. It was £32 a metre, but because it was the Black Friday weekend, they had 20% off, so I paid less than that. And I paid for 2.5 metres because they sell it in half metre increments, but there was actually 2.9 left on the roll, so I got an extra 40 centimetres for free, which is excellent. I'd hoped they would have had more. I would have liked to have bought maybe 3.5 or 4 metres to make sure I had enough to make a really spectacular dress, but they only had what they had left on the roll, so I just bought the lot. It is gorgeous. I absolutely love this colour. I'm going to try and show you a bit of a close-up so you can see what this cloquet fabric is like. But it's got this lovely subtle sort of flower design on it, and it's sort of slightly raised and it's quite sheer, and it's got a lovely drape to it, but it also holds its structure. It's quite bouncy, so I think it would work really well for a skirt that's got a bit of fullness and volume to it. Now, because it's see-through, essentially, I also bought a lining, and the lady who was helping me was so helpful because I don't really know what I'm doing with lining. I always find it a bit hard to choose lining, but she got a whole load of things out for me to choose from, and I bought the black viscose twill lining, and I bought 3 metres of it so that I'd have enough. And it looks like this. It's just a simple black lining fabric. It's got a nice weight to it, a nice drape. I did look at some kind of navy and blue linings as well that they had, but none of them were quite right, and I think actually it's going to look really nice, this fabric with black behind it, because I think it will almost make the blue pop a little bit more. Like if I'd have put a blue fabric behind, it might have made the pattern and the sheen look a bit more subtle, but I think I really like it with the black behind. So this is destined to be hopefully a really special dress for New Year's Eve. I'm thinking of using, I wanted to use one of my By Hand London dress bodices because I've got quite a selection of their patterns because I did the bodice fitting masterclass with Elise Lex at the New Craft House a couple of years ago. And it meant that I came away with quite a few By Hand London patterns, but I think what I've decided is I'm going to use the Vogue V8772, is it? No. V90, let me check. I've checked, it's neither of the numbers I just said, it's the V9075. I'll put a picture in so you can see better, but basically it's got some princess seams that come from the shoulder down the front of the bodice. There's a version that has little sleeves, and then it's got a gathered skirt on it. So I'm thinking to use that, probably the version with the sleeves as well, but I want to hack it to have an open back, or at least a back that is partially open. So I'm going to do some toiling, play around with the back, because I think that will give it the real wow factor, because it will be quite sort of simple, high round neck, little cap sleeves from the front with a full skirt, but then the back will be a bit more special with an open back. And I think it will really show the fabric off, because the front will show just this gorgeous kind of pattern with the black lining behind it. But then the skirt is where it will hopefully really sing, because it will be more gathered and it will be more full. I need to play around. I hope I've got enough fabric. 2.9 meters, that should be enough, I think. That's the idea currently. Lastly, I also just picked up a remnant in New Craft House as well. This is called Green Bow Stretch Lace, and I paid £7.50 for 75 times 150 meter? Can you imagine? 150 meters. 75 times 150 centimeters as a remnant. I actually already have some of this fabric that I bought for lingerie making, and I just saw more of it and thought I kind of can't resist. So I'm going to have loads of green underwear by the end of next year, hopefully, if I actually get on the bandwagon and continue my lingerie sewing journey, which I kind of put on the back burner this year. After I'd finished in the New Craft House, it was tipping it down with rain, but luckily I was wrapped up to the nines in my big winter coat with a big hood, so I almost went home, but then I thought, no, I don't want to go home. I'm going to walk to Dalston Mill Fabrics, which is about a 20-minute walk from New Craft House, which in London terms is really close. For some of you that might sound really far, a 20-minute walk, but in London terms that's practically around the corner. So I walked across to Dalston Mill Fabrics. I was actually looking for a velvet fabric that they had, that I'd seen on their website that I wanted to use to make some cushions, but they didn't have it in the shop. And I got distracted in the wool aisle. I mean, it's literally piled up over your head. It's a really different kind of fabric shop to the New Craft House, which is more kind of beautifully laid out. Dalston Mill Fabrics is more like, it's all stacked up high, it's all quite busy and like in your face, and you have to really be up for a rummage in there, and you kind of need to know what you're looking for as well. I don't think it's the best place to just browse necessarily, although I got lucky when I was just browsing today, because I kind of... Anyway, I think it helps if you know vaguely what kind of thing you're looking to make. But I bought a couple of fabrics that I want to use to make cardigans. Now, this is the first one. It's a wool, and it's navy blue, although it's coming up quite dark on the camera. It is navy blue, and it's got a sort of mustard, orange, yellow and red check design on it. And this is completely inspired by, oh, what's her name? The lady that runs Fabric Godmother. Because she posted a video on her stories recently, and she was wearing a lovely cardigan. Now, I'm just going to get my phone and check what pattern she'd used. But she had also used like a wool fabric to make a cardigan, and I thought it looked lovely. She had used the Esme cardigan from Named. I'll put a picture in so you can see. And she'd made like a lovely red check cardigan with like black down the front. So I'd probably use navy to create a nice like band down the front. And I just think it would be a really nice layering piece for the winter. I'm always cold, but I don't actually own that many thick jumpers or thick cardigans. And I think this is the kind of cardigan that I would want to wear, you know, high-waisted jeans, maybe like a Tilly and the Buttons Freya top underneath, like in black or white or something, but then to have a nice big cardigan to throw over the top, or even over another jumper. Like, that's how cold I often am. I'm normally 2-jumper Tessa. And I think that will hopefully be really nice. And then I accidentally bought another one. Oh yeah, so that one was £21 a metre, and so was this. These weren't cheap actually, but they feel like they're really nice quality, especially this one. This is much more drapey. It's also wool, according to the man in Dalston Mill Fabrics, and this apparently is an ex-Hobbs fabric, and it's just gorgeous. It's the colour is sort of like a teal green or tealy blue colour with a paler kind of mintier green and little mustard flecks, and I just think the colours are gorgeous. Again, maybe I'll use the Esme cardigan from Named, but I've also had my eye on the True Bias Marlowe cardigan, which I think is another really great cardigan pattern, although I might lengthen it. I can't really decide if I want little cropped cardigans or longer line cardigans that would cover my bum. I think I'm erring towards the side of longer, because when I'm just around the house in the winter, I tend to just wear like leggings. And I think then, I wouldn't go out the house in just leggings, can I just say, not with my bum exposed, with like maybe a jumper dress over the top or something. But yeah, sometimes around the house it's nice, even if I'm in loungewear, I like to feel a bit more like I'm dressed as well, if that makes sense. Like ultimate comfort, but also feeling like I wouldn't be embarrassed to open the door to the postman or whatever. So maybe long line is better, to have these as more, very much like casual, cozy time clothes. But these will probably not get sewn up until after Christmas, because between now and Christmas I'm going to be focusing on Christmas present sewing and then New Year's Eve dress sewing, so I'm going to be busy. But these I'm hoping to get sewn up yeah, early in 2022, hopefully. So that's it, that's everything that I have bought on my Black Friday sale shopping for fabric. I hope that you enjoyed watching my video. Please do let me know what you think in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more of my videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye!